All right, welcome into the post-fight press conference for David Benavides, Caleb Plant here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions and Samson Boxing. Want to acknowledge the Vice President of TGB Promotions, Brittany Goosen-Brown, somewhere in the room, but want to thank all the media members. And I want to bring up a man who got a unanimous decision victory over Jose Valenzuela in his lightweight debut. He's back inside the ring, certainly making noise as he does. I'm sure Brooklyn is very proud of what he was able to do tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the ring, victorious here tonight in Las Vegas, Chris "Primetime" Colbert, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, I'll let you open up with comments and your thoughts. I mean, you had to deal with some adversity in the fighting here at the lightweight division. Your thoughts on the victory?
First of all, I'd like to thank God, my team, Al Heyman, Showtime, PBC, my whole team that got something to do with this victory. This is boxing. Sometimes you're gonna face adversity, but you just never get respected. When they gonna respect me? I came off a 13-month layoff, got in the ring with a 135-pounder that's way bigger than me, and I swam with sharks. I got dropped, got up, and I won the fight. When they gonna respect me?
Well, you were saying after the decision, and I know that the crowd had their own opinion, but you went ahead and
the crowd got an opinion.
You want to run it back?
The crowd got an opinion. Everybody got an opinion. It's like an asshole. We all got one.
Right now, I'm going to turn it over to the media. If you have questions for Chris Primetime Colbert, raise your hand. We got Steve Pratt, Martine Botter passing along the microphone. Wait until you get a microphone and give us your media affiliation. Keith Eidick, you're first, by all means.
Chris, congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
When it went to the cards, what was going through your mind before the scores were announced?
Nah, I knew it was a close fight. I'm an honest critic to myself. I knew it was a close fight. I said, damn, that knockdown might be a draw. I don't want no draw. I need to win. But in boxing, isn't sometimes you're gonna win pretty, sometimes you ain't. Today just wasn't a pretty win, but it don't matter. I got the win.
He's a big, strong kid, obviously. How did you feel at 135? And
I can't really say like his power was like nothing crazy. Every time I could say that he really caught me with those shots, unleashing shots, is because every time he first throw the left hand, he would thumb me in my eye and it would blind my vision. Every time with the left hand, it would blind my vision, and then I'd tighten up and he'd just start throwing. But I know every time he did that, he gonna get tired. And 35 was just like, it was just to come back just to prove something, but I'm going back down to my weight class.
If it was presented to you, would you give him a rematch? Fuck
no. He was being a sore loser. He should have never been a sore loser. If he would have took the loss like a man, I would have gave him a rematch. Like I took my loss like a man when I lost, I'd have gave him a rematch. But he was being a sore loser, so now he ain't getting nothing.
Questions?
Chris, first of all, man, congratulations on
Where you at?
I'm over here. First of all, congratulations on your win, man.
Thank you.
How convinced are you that you won this fight?
And
why not a rematch?
I'm very convinced, and I said it. The only reason why he ain't getting no rematch is because he was being a sore loser. In this sport, it's either you're going to win, you're going to lose, or you're going to get a draw. And you got to take that like a man. You got to take your loss like a man the way you take your wins. You see the way I did my last fight? I took that on the chin. There was nothing I could do. I could have went up there and cried, and made excuses. That wasn't me. I was sick. I was this. I didn't make no excuses. I take my loss on the chin like a man. So why he didn't take his? And now he ain't getting no rematch, and I'm going back to my weight class.
Questions for Chris?
Were you concerned at any time in the fight?
No. When I ain't gonna lie, when I got dropped, I didn't even know what hit me. It was so quick. Like, I didn't know what hit me. But when I opened my eyes, I'm like, oh, shit, he dropped me. I said, Prom, stay composed, stay relaxed. I'm from the trenches. I'm from the mud. And we done been through worse than that. Like, so that ain't about nothing. It's just about how you get up and how you handle the situation. I got up and I started backing him up. He caught me with good shots. I ain't gonna lie. He caught me with good shots, but I started dictating the fight with the jab, started backing him up, touching the body. There's no question that if I won or not. I mean, he can have his opinion, but like I said, if he has his opinion, everybody got an opinion. It's like we all got an asshole.
Questions for Chris Primetime Colbert? Raise your hand and ask away for the former world champion going back down to his weight class at 130.
Yes, I am. I'm going to get my belt. I ain't a 135-pounder naturally. I just went up to prove something, and I got the victory. Like I said, I would have gave him a rematch because I don't care. I'm in this sport just to create a legacy, and that's a fight that could create a legacy. Me and him fighting again, but he was being a sore loser. He was talking crazy. I'm not with all that. I'm a professional man.
Since we have you here, I might as well ask you: are you targeting anybody at 130?
I want my belt.
I was curious to see if you're going to stay at 35. You're going back to 30. You mentioned you're staying at 30. Is there anybody that you have your sights set on right now?
I want my rematch. If I can't get my rematch,
you want to fight Hector Luis Garcia next?
If I can't get my rematch, then whoever Al Heyman sending me, I'm gonna take him.
All right.
You know, I was never one of those fighters shy to take a challenge. Because if you want to get technical, I could have came back. Al Heyman offered me lesser opponents. I could have came back and took a bum. I said, nah, what am I proving by fighting these guys? I'm going to beat them, and I'm walking around with my chest high like, yeah, I'm the man. Nah, let me fight somebody that's a shark. Let me swim with the sharks, and I don't even know how to swim.
You have been and worked your way up in your career. What was it like fighting at the MGM Grand Garden Arena here, a venue that is iconic for prize fighting? You're from Brooklyn. Mike Tyson fought here numerous times. All the greats. You're a student of the game. What did that mean to you?
Shit, this was a dream come true. I always, like, my first fight, first time ever being here, I was Pacquiao versus Thurman. And I'm like, damn, this atmosphere is electric. Like, I want to fight here one day. And growing up watching, I used to watch Floyd fight here. So I was like, damn, when I want to fight. Like, I'm not a big fan of Vegas. Because every time I came to Vegas, it was always something. But
are you a fan of Vegas now?
Nah, I'm still not. I lived my dream. Okay. I lived my dream. I ain't coming back. I already lived my dream by fighting in the MGM Grand. I ain't coming back. Put me in Barclays Center.
All right. So Chris Colbert obviously wants to go home. Do we have any more questions for Chris Primetime Colbert? We got one in the back. And then we'll open it up for final comments for Chris and allow him to enjoy the rest of his evening.
All right. It's Ron Goodall. Over here, Ron Goodall for FightHype.com. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Your coach, Sosa Crew. So Sosa Crew for life. I know you had a rivalry with Frank Martin a little bit, and Spence put out a tweet.
I already said I'm not fighting at 35. I'm going back down to 30. So if he want to come down, let's get it rocking. But I'm not staying at 35. I'm going to my weight. Going to my weight.
If Frank wants to go down on 30, you would?
Yeah, let's tangle. I'm ready to dance. I don't duck and dodge from nobody. I just learned how to dance salsa too, so I'm ready.
Chris, final thoughts as you conclude your evening here in Las Vegas with a victory over Jose Valenzuela.
Like I said, I just want to thank my team, everybody that got something to do with this. I want to thank my family, my friends, Al Heyman, Showtime, Steven Espinoza. I just want to thank everybody, man. We did it tonight. And shout out to Rayo Venezuela. There's no hate in my blood. I'm not a hater. He came in there and put up a hell of a fight. But he ain't getting no rematch. I'm out. Bye-bye.
All right, Chris Colbert, ladies and gentlemen, on the evening. Give it up for him as going back to 130 pounds is Chris Primetime Colbert. So that is our opening, or one of our first. And now we want to bring up a young man who went ahead and put on a brilliant performance, stopping Joey Spencer in the 7th round. The corner of Joey Spencer said enough and stopped the fight, but he is now 20-0 with 16 knockouts, obviously having a significant moment and continuing to rise up the ranks in the ultra-competitive super welterweight division. Casa Grande, Arizona should be very proud. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the still undefeated Jesus Mono Ramos. Jesus, how are you?
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm very good. I'm very happy and just blessed to be here.
What did this victory mean to you? And you did it in grand fashion. You know, you went ahead and you took it to Joey Spencer from the outset, and I felt like there was no point of the fight where you were ever in any danger or peril whatsoever.
Yeah, you know, I just try to show different things in there. I gave him the angles. I backed him up because I saw he felt like he was a stronger fighter. He was more athletic. So I made sure I covered all my grounds and I pushed him back. I gave him angles, used my jab, pressured him, and I feel like I showed different a diverse style in there.
All right, if you have questions for Jesus Ramos, raise your hand. Keith Eidick, you're first.
Jesus, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Were you surprised that the fight was stopped the way that it was stopped and when it was stopped?
No, I feel like it was an accumulation of punches. I was breaking him down round by round. I felt his body language and his corner's body language as well. They were kind of worried for him, and I just knew I had to keep coming, and the time was going to come.
And when you dropped him toward the end of the first round there, you caught him with a really clean shot. Did you think you would get him out of there early based on how that happened?
Yeah, I definitely tried to get him out of there early after the first knockdown. But he's tough, man. He has a lot of heart, and I commend him for that. Thank you.
Questions over this way?
Jesus, Harrison Campbell with Cronkite News and Arizona PBS. Obviously, there's a lot of Phoenix fans out there. What was the support like, and how did that fuel you to finish the fight?
Oh man, just the whole crowd. It was just, I don't know if they were all from Phoenix or where they were from, man, but it was just a Mexican crowd, and it felt really good in there. Just I had the whole support, and from the ring walk to my announcement, before the fight, everything was just beautiful. It was a great experience. I loved it.
Hey, Jesus. Jose Romero, Arizona Republic. Congratulations to you and the team, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I mean, for the folks back home, I mean, the state of boxing in Arizona, I guess tonight was just sort of a celebration of that. Did it feel like it?
Yeah, of course. We had it was an Arizona Pro card, and I think we showed out tonight.
Mono, Ernesto Amador acá de No Puedes Jugar Boxeo. Antes que nada, felicidades. Acabas de describir una noche mágica para los mexicanos por las victorias que se dan. Te voy a pedir, por favor, que describas brevemente la noche y lo que significa este triunfo de tener a un 16-0 con 10 knockouts. Muy fuerte física y mentalmente, no es sencillo. Describen lo que viviste y seguramente un mensaje para la raza.
Jesus, before you answer that, let Martin Bater go ahead and translate that question.
Well, Jesus, it was a very significant win for you against an opponent that came in with a very good record. What does this victory mean for you and for La Raza in Mexico as well?
Fue una pelea bastante difícil, como dice usted, un boxeador que venía física y mentalmente preparado, pero de esto se trata el boxeo, ¿no? De dos boxeadores que vienen saludables, al 100, como decimos los mexicanos, listos para dar lo mejor de ellos. Y se brindan espectáculos como el que se brindó hoy. Y creo que pues hoy ganó la raza, como dice usted. Ganó el público y se brindó una gran velada la noche de hoy. Y pues muchas gracias a todos los mexicanos y a toda la gente que vino. La verdad que estoy muy orgulloso de todo lo que se vivió hoy. Muchas gracias.
Martin?
He was a really tough opponent. Like you said, Spencer was a quality matchup for me. And I feel like the true winners of this fight were the fans. Because when you have two healthy fighters coming at 100%, like we like to say in Mexico, then anything can happen and you're going to have a great fight, just like we did. And I want to thank everybody, including the fans in Mexico, for having made this happen. And we won. So I feel really proud for everybody. I'm proud of Mexico. And I want to thank everybody for having come out and support me like that.
Another question over here.
That's the best translator, man. Shout out to Martin.
Martin does a great
best
job.
translator. He covered everything.
Mohammed Mubarak with EURweb.com. How is your brother doing? And did you win this fight to redeem what a tough loss he had?
He's doing good. He's in good spirits. Obviously, he's sad that he didn't come out with victory, and it's a bittersweet moment for me as well. But I'm just glad he's healthy, And yeah, of course, we had that chip on our shoulder. I had to come out and perform. But I just feel like my focus was the same. I had to come win, regardless of anything, and that's what that maintained throughout the whole night.
It was a tough loss for him, but you did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
More questions for Jesus Ramos. See you over here.
Jesús, felicidades más que nada, otra victoria impresionante. ¿Qué tipo de mensaje le tienes a la afición mexicana que estuvo presente y estuvo apoyando a la familia Ramos?
Pues les doy mil gracias, ¿no? Creo que se sintió mucho el apoyo que nos brindaron hoy. Y eso ayuda mucho como boxeador cuando estás peleando. Simplemente el salir y que todos estén emocionados, gritando, eso es un momento muy bonito. Es algo que desde niño yo soñaba y hoy lo viví y es algo, como le digo, muy bonito y les quiero dar las gracias por venir a apoyar y por traer esas buenas vibras.
The question from Rodrigo Jimenez was, what kind of message do you send to the Mexican people that came to support you here and that were abroad as well, showing their support? And Jesus was saying that I can't thank them enough. To feel their embrace, it means the world to me. It's something that I have been dreaming of since I was a kid. And it does have an effect on you when you come out there and you feel the love like that. So like I said before, I can't thank you enough for making me feel so loved and so embraced by everybody in Mexico and in here.
I think it's fair to say that the fans wouldn't take as much as they have towards you, but you're an excellent fighter. You fight with passion, and you just always come in ready to go and compete. And obviously, you know, the fans love that. And I commend both of you guys for being in your early 20s, a 50-50 fight, and big opportunities. And you guys rolled the dice, and you gambled, and it paid off for you. Congratulations to Jesus Ramos. So my hat's off to you for taking a fight that wasn't necessarily a fight that you needed on paper.
Yeah, that's correct. But like you said, I think with fights like that, with like those, it brings nights like these. You know, the victory is just a lot sweeter. The night is just a lot sweeter. I'm very happy right now. Training camp was a lot harder, and you know, it just brings out the best in me with tough fights like these.
Got another question here?
Sí, felicidades Jesús, Felipe Corral de Univisión Arizona. ¿A qué sabe esta victoria? Y platícanos del plan de pelea, irte con todo desde el primer campanazo.
What does this victory taste like, and what was your game plan like from the very opening bell? You came out really aggressive.
Sí, pues fue una pelea muy, como le he dicho, pues era una pelea 50-50 que mucha gente pues le iba a él, unas a mí. Peleas que pues la gente no sabía cómo se iba a dar. Pero, y en el primer round, la verdad, no era mi plan salir con todo, pero pues se dio el knockdown. Y de ahí, pues yo creo que sí me confié un poquito, lo quería terminar. Pero conforme fui agarrando más ritmo, me fui calmando, fui trabajando los ángulos, fui implementando el plan que habíamos trabajado yo y mi papá. Y así se logró mejor la victoria. Lo fuimos quebrando poco a poco. Pero sí, como le digo, el tumbarlo en el primer round sí me sacó un poquito de mi plan.
It was a 50-50 fight. Fans didn't know how it could go. It could go either way, right? To be honest with you, I didn't plan to be so aggressive from the get-go, but then I got that knockdown in the first round, and that gave me more courage to keep coming forward. That knockdown did give me more bravery in a way to be more aggressive, and that's what I did throughout. I followed the game plan that we had and the adjustments that we made with my dad, and it all came out perfectly.
Two more questions for Jesus Ramos. Martin Bato, our esteemed translator. We got Adriano over here in the front as well, and then we'll conclude this portion.
So you've mentioned names like Sebastian Fundora and Erickson Lubin. Obviously, Fundora fights next month against an opponent you've already beaten. Are those both fighters you're going to look to take on in the near future?
Yes, of course. I think those are the fights that we have to make in the division. You know, like I said, it brings out the best in both of us, and you know, and in the fighters. You know, we go through strong training camps, knowing that we have a tough fight, and like I said, it brings for glorious nights like tonight. You know, we're all happy. We all witnessed a great card, top to bottom, and I think that is good for the sport. So we're going to look to make those fights.
Adriana?
Adriana Noriega with ABN Sports and Fox Deportes. Jesus, congratulations on a magnificent victory tonight.
Thank you.
Joey obviously asked for this fight, trying to make a point, trying to prove himself, but instead, you know, you gave a spectacular show and you proved yourself. Talk to me about that message that you wanted to send, and you believe you sent to the 154 division in elevating to contender status, as you mentioned, during fight week.
Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, he said, you know, he made this fight happen, but it takes two, you know, to make the fight happen. I wanted it to. When I knew he called me out, I wanted it. You know, it was rare because like Ray mentioned that it wasn't a fight that we necessarily needed it. But when he called me out, I was excited for it. You know, I was excited, and we took it. And I think it was a strong statement. It was a strong message. I stopped him, and I don't feel like he beat me around. You know, I was controlling the pace, controlling the whole fight, and I felt really good. I feel like I showed more than I've showed in previous fights.
Before we get ready to let you go, look, Showtime's got a big fight coming up on April 8th. Chris de Blasio, if I stand corrected, we got Sebastian Fundora, Brian Mendoza. It's a quick trip from Arizona. Are you going to be at the War Grounds for that fight?
Yeah, we might make it out. We might make it out, catch the fight.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jesus Ramos, victorious tonight to remain undefeated 20-0 with a 7th-round stoppage over Joey Spencer, the co-main event of David Benavides, Caleb Plant.
Muchas gracias.
We got now. About Caleb. He was in the locker room with David. Okay. Is Caleb coming up or no? I don't know. Okay. I can ask him. Yeah. Come on. Let me talk to him. See. Sam, what do we got next? All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to bring up the winner of the main event, I want to just say, I want to commend both David Benavides and Caleb Plant. Fights like this are what boxing needs. We got an exceptional performance by both guys. They both left everything inside the ring. The fans were treated to a tremendous battle. There was bad blood coming into the fight. They showed that they were sportsmen after. They're proud family men. But ladies and gentlemen, still undefeated, still the interim WBC super middleweight champion of the world. A magnificent performance with a unanimous decision victory over Caleb Plant. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Mexican monster, David El Bandera Roja Benavides. Congratulations, man. You want to sit down? And that way you'll kick your feet up. I'll let the champ kick his feet up a little bit. He's, been working hard throughout the course of the evening. David, we got the microphone there. But first of all, we're about an hour, removed from the fight. How are you feeling? Main eventing here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena against Caleb Plant. A massive victory. What kind of statement do you think you said and you made here this evening?
I just feel really great. I just want to give the thanks to the fans who came and made this filled up the arena. I feel like we did exactly. The fight lived up to what it was supposed to live up to. It was bad blood, but I'm glad that me and Caleb Plant were able to fight like warriors in the ring and bury the beef basically. But I knew I was stronger than him, and I knew I had a lot to prove. I had a lot to show to the fans. A lot of people said I didn't have defense. I just come forward. Yeah, I do come forward, but I have a lot of defense. I have a lot of tricks on my sleeve too, and I think I showed it that I'm a monster. After the 6th round picked up. I just started picking up and, just started, landing some big shots, countering the body shots. And then as soon as I started got the engine going, and it was just no turning back. And, like I said, I love this. I have one of the best fighting spirits in the game, and I just love going toe-to-toe with anybody.
Well, we loved watching throughout the course of the 12 rounds. Questions for David Benavides. We'll start off over here with Keith Heidick.
David, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You said before the fight that you would not be satisfied if you did not stop him. Was it at all not satisfying because you didn't get the stoppage?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed I didn't get the stoppage, but you guys seen how his face looked. He was really bloody, and I was really imposing my will. I really beat him up really good, and like I said, I'm not really satisfied because I didn't get the knockout, but this is a great way to get a victory, just dominating performance. It was a great performance. There's a lot of things I could tweak in my game to make sure I get the stoppage next time. But also I feel like, I don't want to throw Kenny Bayless under the bus, but, he didn't call Caleb Plant out in any of the clinches he was doing the whole fight, I think if Kenny Bayless would have said something about the clinches, maybe it would have stopped Caleb from trying to clinch, and I would have clipped him. But I was hurting him a lot of times, busted his eye open, hurt him to the body, and I could still get better. But I'm just I am satisfied with this performance. I'm not going to say I'm not. I am very satisfied.
My last question for you is, your dad said the other day if he were Eddie Reynoso, he wouldn't put Canelo anywhere near you. Do you feel the same way that it's going to unfold like that he's not going to fight you, or do you think he eventually will?
I mean, I feel like as Canelo Alvarez, he needs these fights. You know, a big fighter like me. This is definitely a really big fight. You know, as you can see, as me and Caleb Plant was a huge fight. You know, so I think it'd be huge pay-per-view numbers. And I mean, let's just take it back to fighting, man. I mean, I want to prove myself. Canelo's proved himself, but I feel like he needs to give me the opportunity too. And it's not like I'm begging for something. I've been mandatory for the past 2 fights, so it's something I've earned, you know. And especially after this fight, I showed that I belong to be. I deserved to be in there. You know, I wasn't really getting hit as much. You know, I mean, my defense was good. I thought Caleb Plant was faster, so I was really countering, and I was using my head movement and defense good. I know I could get better, but I feel like the only fight that people want to see in super middleweight is me versus Canelo, so let's give it to him.
Questions for David Benavides.
David, en español, Ernesto Amador de No Puedes Jugar Boxeo, aquí a tu derecha. Acá, David, aquí mero. David, antes que nada, creo que la gente piensa que es muy fácil noquear arriba del cuadrilátero. Y yo creo que no hay nada que reclamarte, absolutamente nada de tu actuación. Pero quisiera hacerte 2 preguntas. La primera, ¿no crees que fue sumamente valiente Caleb Plant y merece un reconocimiento?
Sí, pues es un peleador muy bueno, se estaba moviendo mucho, pero yo creo que la razón que no noqueé es porque Kenny Bayless no le estaba diciendo nada cuando me estaba agarrando bastante toda la pelea. So, yo creo que por eso no lo noqueé, pero él es un guerrero también, es un peleador muy bueno, so, no, le tengo mucho respeto también.
Well, you know, I didn't knock him out because Kenny Bayless didn't allow me to, really. People think that knocking people out may be easy, but it's not. And I still feel like Plant was a warrior. I really respect him. And, you know, I won rightfully the way that I could, you know.
Y finalmente, David, haciendo un análisis de David Benavides, ¿te sientes listo ya para que la siguiente pelea sea con Canelo Álvarez? Haciendo un análisis tú mismo de tu actuación, si la siguiente para ti es Canelo.
Sí, pues ahorita yo me siento 100% listo para Canelo. Yo creo que hay muchas cosas que puedo arreglar en el gimnasio y eso es lo que voy a hacer. Me voy a tomar unas vacaciones, 3 semanas, descanso y pues vamos a comenzar a trabajar otra vez. Pero yo creo que sí, estamos listos para Canelo en septiembre. Yo creo que él me tiene que dar la chance para pelearlo y estamos listos, los fans están listos, yo estoy listo y hay que darle la pelea.
The question was, do you feel ready for Canelo now that you took care of Plant? And David said that he's 100% ready. I'm 100% ready. I'm going to take a quick vacation for 3 weeks. Then it's time to come back to the gym, tweak some things, and then let's give the fans and everybody what they want.
Yeah, we all want that fight. I especially. Can you imagine? More questions for the media.
Over here. Hey, David. Hey, congratulations to you and the family, man. You don't really get tested like this in fights too often. I guess, where did you kind of find it inside, you know, to kind of turn things around when they needed to happen? And then, you know, what kind of changed the fight for you? Did it feel to you like your power would overcome him at some point?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is that I wanted to be patient. I mean, Caleb Plant is a great counterpuncher. As you can see, he's really fast. I didn't want to just go in there and then get countered with any, you know, shots. You know, I really had to take my time. I think you guys seen a good jab. My jab was way more effective than Caleb Plant's. You guys are only talking about Caleb Plant having a more better jab and stuff like that. But as soon as I got in there, you know, the fight is not a 4 or 6 round fight. It's a 12-round fight, you know, so you got to start slow. But as soon as I found my groove, there's nothing you could do to stop me. You know, I hurt him to the body, hurt him to the head, cut the ring off pretty good, and like I said, I'm just satisfied with this. There's a lot of things I could fix in my game, but overall, I'm satisfied with this. This is my first fight pay-per-view. This is the biggest fight I've ever been in. This is the biggest fight of my life, and I feel like I did amazing. You know, I mean, we went out there. I told you I was going to put a beating on Caleb Plant. That's exactly what I did.
Anthony, you got a question down here?
Hey, David, right here. Quick question right here, David, in front. After seeing your stablemate Ryo lose the way he did on those judges' scorecards, after that battle in the 12th round, after it rang, did you guys have any thoughts or like second guess that maybe the judges would go against you guys?
That's a good question. I wasn't thinking of that at all. I mean, I was just a little disappointed because I thought Ryle was more effective. You know, he rocked him a lot. That was his fight. You know, I had to fight. He fought his game. You know, I had to find my game plan. You know, I couldn't think of if the judge were going to rob it. You know, so I just had to keep fighting my game plan, stay disciplined, stay focused, and that's exactly what I did.
David, right here, brother. Steven Cordeño, KOR Sports. Congratulations, man. Talk to me about the end of the fight. The bell rings. You raise your hand. You're kind of walking around the ring, and Caleb comes up to you, kind of puts his arm around you. You guys exchange words. Talk to me about that moment there.
I just told him, you know, man to man, sorry for all the trash talk that we went at each other. You know, we were talking a lot of shit to each other. You know, a lot of it. I'm not going to say it wasn't necessary because it was necessary because this fight was huge. You know, it was a huge fight, and sometimes that's what you need to bring the best out of the two men. And we're both warriors. He's a warrior. You know, he definitely showed it, but I showed it that I'm the better warrior. And I wanted this opportunity to be challenged by a top super middleweight. You know, he's definitely top 3. You know, I'm top 2. The number 1 is Canelo. So, I mean, we both had a lot to fight for. You know, the winner supposedly is going to get Canelo. And, you know, so I put everything into this training camp. You know what I mean? And I know he did too. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to hold no grudges against nobody. I'll only do that unless we're building a fight or something. But after that, there's no need. You know, I'm not that type of guy. I've never been that type of guy. So I have nothing respect for Caleb Plant, and you know, I'm happy he gets to go home to his family safe.
Congratulations, David. This is a question for Samson. This is a while ago, but you called the chances of fighting Canelo a fantasy fight. I was wondering if you thought those chances had changed. Did they change tonight? What do you think about that? About the Canelo possibility?
Well, I thought that it would never happen. Now I believe it could happen, and the reason is because you have nobody else to fight. You have anyone of equality of opposition that he deserves. Canelo. So I believe that he will understand and he will take the chance to fight the Mexican monster.
Hey, David, congratulations. Most people watched the fight, had the fight on even terms, or maybe had Plant had, you know, first half of the fight. Was there a particular instance or a flurry, a punch that you felt the fight being turned in your favor?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen it, but I hit him with a body shot, and I heard him go, ugh. And then I told him, I heard you. And that's what changed everything. That was in round 4. And from there, it was just kept hitting him with body shots, kept hitting him with hard shots. I know I'm the harder puncher. That's why I'm told you guys. I've said it over and over again. Everybody I've been in the ring with, I've hurt everybody since I was 14 years old. And that's something that nobody could take away from me. I know I got that power, you know, and if somebody pushes me to the limit like that, I get even stronger. So, yeah, that was basically when it turned, and I just kept hurting him. I was really surprised because I don't know if it's just the neck workouts we've been doing, or I don't know what it is. I don't feel the power with these guys at all. And I didn't feel the power with Caleb Plant. I thought it was going to be way faster. Or I guess I just, you know, I worked on my head movement really good. But I didn't really feel threatened at all. I don't know. Yeah, it was just a good fight. I mean, I was just in it 100%. I was just in it 100%. I'm just happy to be in these type of fights because I really love this. I really love fighting. I love going toe-to-toe.
Well, David, the night belongs to you, so we'll give you final thoughts as you conclude. Still the WBC interim super middleweight champion of the world, remaining undefeated, main eventing here, a raucous crowd, passionate, people watching all over the world. Your final thoughts as you get ready to enjoy a nice vacation with your lovely family.
I'm just happy, man. I'm happy that I could give these type of fights to the people. I mean, the people really enjoy this type of fights. And like I said, I'm willing to put my body on the line to make sure the fans get these type of fights because at the end of the day, I don't care about belts, none of that. I feel like I'm a world champion because the fans make me feel like that. And I'll give my you know, I'll put myself on the line for anybody just so you guys can enjoy these type of fights. And thank you so much. I'm really appreciative and grateful for everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, still undefeated David Benavides with a riveting victory over Caleb Plant. Thank you so much for joining us all week long. We'll talk to you in a few weeks. David Benavides remaining undefeated. What a battle here in Las Vegas. Good night, everybody.